Live from the Western Mass News Studios in Springfield, this is Better Western Mass.
All right, yes, it is. With the new week comes new snow. What else is new here in the month of February? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Better Western Mass here on this Monday. I'm Taylor Jacobs. More flakes are in the forecast, and I believe if timing is right, they're going to start coming down here relatively soon. So since we're on a tight clock, let's send it right over to First Warning Meteorologist Dan Brown, see where we're at, timing. And as I always say to you, Dan,
yes.
When? How much am I going to get?
When? I would say within the next hour, and we'll probably end up with a couple of inches of snowfall, and it'll likely wind down probably by about 6, 7 o'clock. So it is going to be lining up with our commute. In fact, it's already snowing across Berkshire County. Got some reports up in Franklin County, Greenfield, for example. Some flakes are flying. Here in Springfield, we're still dry. We're coming in at 36 degrees, but the atmosphere does have a little give, so when the precipitation comes in, it will cool. I think it may start as a brief little mix, and then it's going to go over to snow for a few hours, and then it will wind down as a mix between 5 and 6 o'clock. North of the Pike, Hilltown's higher terrain, it's generally snow, but notice even here in Springfield, not reaching the ground, but see how this is green, indicating that when it comes in, it may actually be in the form of a mix. North and west of this yellow line, that's where we're starting to see the snow. I think it's between about 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock that will pick up most of the precipitation, and you can see some of the green indicating a little bit of warming going on here. We have a southerly flow, so it's right in the valley. Springfield points south, where snow totals will be a little bit lower because that's where we'll have some mixing going on. Where you see visibilities that are down around 5 or 6 miles, some flakes in Westfield. We have a little bit of snow in Pittsfield. Look at North Adams where they have steady snow, and report in Greenfield now we have some light snow as well. So right now we just have some flakes and sprinkles across the area, at least in Greater Springfield. By 2 o'clock, though, I think it's snowing everywhere. It may mix in Springfield and point south around 5 o'clock or so, and then it winds down about 6 o'clock. It'll come down moderate to heavy at times for a couple of hours this afternoon. And obviously, this lines up with our evening commute. So elevated areas, Franklin County, even Hampshire County, that's where I think road conditions will be the worst, with the snow be coming down, visibilities will be reduced. So this is the next hour. Notice the green. That indicates some raindrops. Watch what happens as the snow picks up in intensity, or precipitation picks up intensity. It changes to all snow before winding down, though. A little bit of mild air is going to try to move back in Greater Springfield, but then it moves out pretty quickly after that. I think we're done between 6 and 7. A coating to an inch of snow, Springfield, maybe Long Meadow, down Interstate 91, Ludlow, Holyoke, Belchertown, Northampton, up to Greenfield, Deerfield, Amherst, about 1 to 3 inches. And then you get into the higher terrain, that's where you could see 3, 4 inches of snowfall. We're done by about 6, 7 o'clock. Then we'll dry it out overnight tonight. Just a couple of rain and snow showers tomorrow. That does not look like a big deal. It's actually the leading edge of milder air that's going to stream in here for Wednesday. 45 to maybe 50. That's your pick of the week. Maybe a flurry or a sprinkle Wednesday night. That's the leading edge of colder air that comes in for Thursday. A windy, colder day on Thursday, mid-30s, lower 30s on Friday. And then the weekend, the second half of Saturday, may get stormy. Probably a mix going over to rain Saturday into Saturday night, and then near 50 perhaps on Sunday yet again. And that, by the way, is the last day of February. Meteorological spring begins on Monday. All right, that's your forecast. Taylor, back to you.
All right, bring on spring, Dan. Thank you. Well, Western Mass News is your vaccine authority. Let's send some of your questions at home to the experts. This afternoon, we have Dr. Erica Hamilton on the horn, a microbiologist from UMass Amherst. Hey there, Doc. Welcome back to the show. So the first question coming our way from the viewers goes like this. Are diabetics included in phase 2 of the vaccine rollout plan? This is from Peter.
Yes, they are, and they fall into 2 separate steps of phase 2. So adults with 2 or more comorbidities, and diabetes is considered a comorbidity. Other things that are included are things like heart disease, kidney disease, obesity, Down syndrome, and some other things. If you've got 2 or more of those, you're eligible to enroll right now for the vaccine. Now, people with one of these, so if the only thing that's wrong with you is diabetes, you unfortunately have to wait until the very end of phase 2, because any adult with one comorbidity is allowed to enroll for a vaccine in step 4 of our vaccine plan, and we're currently on step 2.
A little ways out for at least a single comorbidity, folks. Okay, so good stuff there, Doctor. How about this? Another question from the viewers. I brought my 80-year-old mother for her first shot on February 6th, and now I'm being told they are letting caretakers, companions, also get the shot. When I bring her for her second shot, am I able to get my first shot? This is from Sue.
So this has gotten confusing. When the state started to allow caregivers to get shots along with their elderly charges, it started to cause issues with enrollment, and it starts to cause some confusion. Caretakers are supposed to register for an appointment, just like other eligible groups, but it can be really difficult for a caretaker to register for a vaccine if they don't fall into any of the eligible categories that we have right now. So it's kind of confusing as to how you make an appointment. When this person arrives at the vaccine clinic, I would say just talk to someone who is there and explain the situation. They may actually be able to accommodate you. They may have excess vaccine left over. They may be able to fit you in. You just have to ask the question. And if not, you'll have to wait until you're eligible to receive your vaccine.
All right, and then this last one here for you from another viewer. If you are unable to get the vaccine in your arms due to cancer treatments or subsequent lymphedema, I apologize if I mispronounced that, where is the next best body location, and what vaccine clinic location can make that accommodation? This is from Stephen.
I suspect Stephen probably knows the answer to this, and if you can't receive a shot in either arm, your next best location would unfortunately be the buttocks, which makes getting a shot in a public vaccine location really tricky. So large vaccination clinics do shots in large open rooms, and they have people sitting 6 feet apart, and a nurse or a paramedic goes from person to person and gives the shot, which is going to be a little bit difficult if you can't receive one in your arm. A better choice may be a pharmacy. So there are several CVSs and other types of pharmacies in the area who are giving out vaccine. They're much smaller places, and it will be a much smaller number of people going in to get the vaccine. So it may be easier to receive a vaccine in a location other than an arm with a smaller place. At the very least, when this person does go to sign up for their vaccine, and when they go, they're just going to have to explain the situation to people who are there, and definitely double check with your doctor to make sure that you're doing the right thing. There may be a chance that you can receive the shot in your arm instead of in your bottom, which would definitely be much preferable. So in the end, check with your doctor.
All righty, yeah, just visualizing that doesn't sound too fun. Dr. Erica Hamilton, thank you very much for coming on here today. We'll be catching up with you in the coming days. And a reminder to everybody at home, as you saw, viewers are sending in these questions. We want to hear more from you. If you have something you want to ask the doctors, the pros like Dr. Hamilton, send an email over to vax@westernmassnews.com. And yeah, we'll get your question on the air. All right, coming up next on Better Western Mass, everybody, we're hitting the snowy trails of Massachusetts, finding out how you can have some fun in these seemingly non-stop flakes. It's all right after this. All righty, everybody, welcome back. Well, we've seen no shortage of snow, and at least this winter, and what better activity than to enjoy it all than snowmobiling. Joining us this afternoon with a closer look on the trails out in the nature right now, we got Jeff Miller from the Snowmobile Association of Massachusetts. Hey, Jeff, glad to have you here on the show to talk all about the association and SAM, as it's known as well. All right, so right now, we were just chatting here as we were doing a quick little mic check. I mean, snow, snow, snow. It feels like it's every day here in February. How are conditions right now? You got to be loving life.
Right now, the conditions are great. They really are. We had a little bit of a slow start, but it has just come on. And the nice thing is this year is that we've had the snow like we have in years past, but we've had the cold weather to keep it. And that's been the key for us this year.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It keeps that snowpack there. And just for somebody who maybe not is too familiar with the trails we have, are there any trails here in Western Mass that people should explore, or any new ones that you guys are adding? Because I know on your website, you're always updating that and saying like, hey, we just groomed this one, or hey, we just spoke with this person and now this one's open. How's it looking there?
It's looking real good. If they go to our website, sledmass.com, we have an interactive map. We have over 2,000 miles all across the state, and you can see what trails have been groomed, what trails are open, what trails are closed. It's just a great tool for people to learn about snowmobiling in the state of Massachusetts. And one of the things that most people don't realize is that we are the largest winter user group of state property in the Commonwealth. We use it more than anyone else, which I think is a pretty neat idea, pretty neat thing.
Yeah, take that, ice fishers. How about that? All right, so if somebody were to ask you, why should I get on the back of a sled, or why should I get behind, get on those handlebars, what would you tell them?
Well, to me, it's just an incredibly great family sport. I've done it for 50 years. I've just got my fourth generation into snowmobiling. My granddaughter goes snowmobiling with us.
Wow.
And it's just a great camaraderie of what we do. It's peaceful out in the woods, but you can see things that you couldn't walk to. I mean, it's places we can see that are tough to get to with walking, but the snowmobiles make it within our reach, and that's been real good.
And enjoying this beautiful earth of ours. So then why should somebody become a member of the Snowmobile Association of Massachusetts, or SAM? Like, is it because of that camaraderie and that spirit between sledders?
Well, it's one, you have to be a member to ride in the state. You need a state registration, and then you need a SAM trail pass. And when you do that, you become a member of a club. And our club members, I can't talk enough about our volunteers and our club members that are out every weekend, summer, winter, whenever, taking care of these trails for everyone to use. Our volunteers just work tirelessly, whether we have snow or not, and that makes it tough. So this year they're actually reaping the rewards of what we do, and it keeps us all together even during the summertime. So that's why, the camaraderie really is there 12 months out of the year, and that's really nice.
Yeah, how about that? That's probably surprising to some. And when you think snowmobiles, you're like, hey, we're putting them in the garage for the summer. So that's pretty awesome. I know typically too, you guys, you typically do like a big expo, right? Every year. Are you still doing that right now?
Last year we had to cancel it because of the COVID issues, but this year we will be back. We will have it again in November, so we're excited about that. Nice. Everything's starting to reopen, so that's a good sign for us. Our clubs all have fundraisers that they're always trying to do, and it put a crimp on everyone's finances. So the snow was a welcome sight to have our membership rise this year, so it worked out well for us.
I'd imagine so. So Jeff, where do our viewers go if they want more information on joining SAM and to take advantage of the benefits that it provides and to be able to go get behind the handlebars of a sled?
Well, like I said, go to sledmass.com. We have a section that has a bunch of frequently asked questions. They can email us. We can help them, steer them in the right direction. We can maybe get them together with a club if they want to take a ride. We might be able to get a club to take them for a ride to see what it's about. And also go to our Facebook page for Sled Mass, and we're always posting things on that. It's just a great family sport, and I think once people try it, they're hooked.
That's what we want to see. More people taking advantage of a great thrill-seeking adventure sport right there, and that is what snowmobiling is about. Jeff, thank you very much for coming on here today. Take care, and we'll be checking in here throughout the winter months, because we gotta see how the trails are wrapped up before it's all said and done. Take care, man.
Awesome. Thank you for having us. And when we get through the pandemic, we're going to have you guys all out on the trails.
Oh, I'll hold you to that one. All right. Be well. All right. Coming up, everybody, here on Better Western Mass, we'll show you how People Magazine is celebrating the life and legacy of Prince. Whoa. All right. Well, you may know him as the Purple One, his Royal Badness, or simply Prince. It's been nearly 5 years since we lost a musical icon, and People Magazine is celebrating his legacy with a special issue. Janine Rubenstein, the host of People's new podcast, People Every Day, is giving us an inside look on the magazine, which really digs deep into the lifestyle and artistry of Prince.
We are coming up on 5 years since Prince's death, and People Magazine is commemorating his life yet again with a special issue that is just completely dedicated to the man, the myth, the legend that was Prince. There's just so much to dig into, and we take the full issue to delve into his life, his loves, his legacy. It really just kind of is an offering to all of those fans out there who are still missing him. Delving into this book, you are going to just get a bonanza of Prince images and stories and little known details. You're going to really see what he was like growing up, this shy kid who, had no inkling that he would turn into a juggernaut of a performer and just an icon the way he did. You're going to get stories about his love life, riveting love life, and all of his muses and how he navigated his personal life on such a huge stage. There is, of course, that larger-than-life image of Prince and persona, but we really get into a lot of the details of his career and how he became who he became. When you talk about the rights that he fought for his music, we get into the details behind those negotiations and how hard it was for him to kind of be the only artist at the time really staking a claim for his work. We get into the sign when Prince, was no longer Prince. You couldn't speak his name. He just became this symbol, and how that came about, where that symbol came from. You get all of the different aspects of his life and career with this issue. When we, finished working on this issue, I was just taken aback. I was blown away by the images we were able to bring to the table and put on those pages. I mean, you think you know him, but you have no idea once you look through the lens and you go behind the scenes and you see what he was like off stage and when he was, writing or producing or all of those things that, we didn't really get to see when he was alive. Now this book just opens all of that up for us and you're able to really delve into the life of Prince.
All right, you're going to want to get that edition. Coming up on Better Western Mass, a Texas furniture store is doubling as a shelter for those in need after last week's winter blast. One community coming together during this time of crisis. Plus, we have a preview of tonight's episode of People TV. Don't miss it, folks. All right, so welcome back, everybody. We're keeping that entertainment news going for you with a look at what's coming up on tonight's new episode of People TV.
Tonight on People, Bling Empire is the real-life version of Crazy Rich Asians. The first season on Netflix is definitely a binge-worthy hit. It's focusing on the lives of wealthy Asian and Asian American socialites based in the Los Angeles area.
Were you apprehensive at all in showing this side, specifically of Asian culture?
Yeah, it's been definitely a journey just because the Asian culture tend to be a little bit more low-key and stay don't air out your dirty laundries, let's stay private.
Kelly Mee Lee came up with the idea of the show after reading the popular book and comparing some of the characters to her actual friends.
King's family is one of the largest oil and shipping companies in Asia. Christine Chu and her husband Gabe actually came from the Song Dynasty era. Kim, obviously, she's a self-made DJ. Kevin's, in our group circle, and Kevin's just still trying to make it.
With the help of Jeff Jenkins, the producer of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she created the show and set out to try and break Asian stereotypes.
What specifically were those that you were anxious to break?
The answer to that tonight on People.
All right, coming up on Better, we're taking you inside the world's largest snow maze. Find out where this on your screen is located and sending you off to break with a look at your local steal and deal.
I want you to see this because it is my favorite thing. Okay, so recently I was looking for machine washable carpets in my house because I like things to be clean and that's not easy, right? I couldn't really find anything, and then guess who we started partnering with on Local Steals and Deals? My Magic Carpet. This is made to go in the washing machine. It's made for that. It has a special backing. Wait till you hear about it. Beautiful patterns, 3 different sizes. This one was on the floor in my kitchen in front of my sink. Now I have them everywhere. They are beautiful in your home and they are such a great peace of mind. Please say hello to my new best friend who made this all possible, Mike.
We wanted a rug where it had some type of layer between the top fabric and the bottom so that if there was a spill or an accident, it wouldn't seep through to the hard surface flooring. And so anyway, they came up with this waterproof barrier. So the features of the rug is that it's stain resistant, it's non-slip, it's got a waterproof barrier, and so it's kid friendly and pet friendly and just a great solution for every household.
Thank you so much, Mike. I love this concept, and I know you will too. I also love the fact that right now on localsdeals.com, you can get these at 20 to 25% off. Beautiful styles, 3 different sizes, and machine washable. You're going to love it.
All right, feel good story time, everybody. We're going to start you off with the world's largest snow maze out in Canada. It is pretty easy to get lost. That's because it's 91% larger this year, too. This labyrinth is 240 feet by 240 feet. It took 6 weeks to build due to the unusually warm weather and expanded size. For people who have been quarantined in their homes, it's a chance to stretch their legs and have a little adventure, as you see. And how about this? Gym Mattress Mechanvale is once again helping a city in crisis, opening his 3 North Houston furniture stores as a shelter for those left without power or heat during last week's record-breaking winter storms we've been reporting on. He's done the same thing in the past, opening up stores for folks in hurricanes like Katrina in 2005, Harvey in 2017. And Mechanvale also partnered up with vendors to bring food to all of those staying there, donated by a local supermarket. And in times of darkness, folks just find a way to at least bring some light into this world. Take care, everybody. Good luck in this snow. It's coming down as we speak.